Hi everyone and welcome, well finally, to my road trip pickups. Now my original plan before we first went on the trip, I was thinking, I'll do my pickups basically the same as Al's, where I show each day's pickups at the end of the day. That didn't happen, so basically what I'm going to have to do is show you them all now as a separate video, and that's what I'm going to do. But I've got quite a lot, I really have. A lot of PS2. If you're not a fan of PS2, this video might not be for you. There is a couple of 8-bit pickups in there. There is a couple of PS5 and a PS3. I must mention though that a couple of these are not actually from the road trip. I know a couple of them I did pick up a few weeks ago when Al came. He was coming back from Blackpool, the Blackpool event. We called it Console Yourself in Pontefract. So there is a couple of those mixed in. There weren't many. I know definitely one, and I'll show that one straight away. Basically I'm going to speed run through these unless I feel I've got something worthy to talk about of the game, because like I said, there's a lot. I've no timer on my camcorder, so I don't know how long this video is going to last, but I don't want it to run, ideally I don't want it to run over half an hour. I think that's the ideal, that's a sweet spot. So first of all, this one is PS3 Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. It's the hardened edition. It does include a few things in there. There is something missing though, and I did get this cheap. I think it was about £4, because there is something missing. There's some kind of pass. Let's have a look. Can't quite remember what he did say was missing. I think it's some kind of card. It may be that. Anyway, I thought regardless, maybe I can pick it up somewhere along the line. Somebody might have a spare copy. There might even be some on eBay. Who knows? But yeah, there were a couple more games that I got from Console Yourself. They're mixed in with this lot. I have no idea what they are, but I'm just going to run through them again. I have no idea what shops I got any of the games from. Fortunately I didn't log each day's pickups. Just trouble was I ended up with all different kinds of bags. They just got thrown in the car and mixed in with others. To save space, we were putting games in with other games. Al obviously managed to do it each day, so he kind of knew what he picked up. Paul, he's got a better memory than me. He's younger than me, so he's got a better memory. I just can't remember. I do apologise to those shops, but they were all fantastic shops. Me, Al and Paul have all done videos on it. You can all see the shops themselves. We've all done video. Anyway, let's get on, otherwise we're gonna start overrunning. This one, I believe it may have been Insanity. Can't tell you where it was. Insanity Games, probably. Well, that's the one with the arcade at the back. Anyway, well, Albert pointed this out to me, and this is Transformers, but it's in it's a cardboard box one. I don't know if it says it's a certain kind of edition, but yeah, the box isn't in fantastic condition, but it's in decent enough condition to go in the collection. That's Transformers on the PS2. Right, let's get cracking on. We've got Grand Prix Challenge. As you can imagine, a Grand Prix racing simulator game. We've got Star Trek Voyager Elite Force. I think I only owned one of the Star Trek games, Generations maybe, or something like that. Nice little addition. This one, I can't remember what shop it was, but it's weird because I picked it up and thought it's one of those naff party games. But the thing was, I noticed that it's by 505, so definitely we're picking this up. 44 party. Not got a clue what you do. Easy but exhilarating. Dozens of amazing mini games everyone can play. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit on those. Make of it what you will. don't know if it uses any of the control or bus controls or any kind of thing like that. 44 party. This one again looked interesting. It was fairly cheap. I can't remember where I got it from. This is Rumble Roses, and this is a Konami release. I think it's basically girl on girl wrestling action. So it's one for you pervs out there. Next we've got Gladius or Gladius. Gladius, I'm assuming from Gladiator. Gladius. LucasArts game. And I think I remember seeing a Nintendo GameCube version of this somewhere in one of the shops, but I've never heard of it. Next we've got Flat Out. It's obviously some kind of Destruction Derby kind of game. This is by Empire, Bugbear. Then we've got Power Drone. These may have been old games that I picked up. I don't think these were from the road trip. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not even sure if I've shown them in another video. I don't think I have. Anyway, now then, the Level Up games this were from in Canterbury, and this was on like the shelf where the bigger hitters were, and I kind of got mixed up because I'm looking, I'm thinking I think I've got it, pretty sure I've got it. Anyway, I checked my phone, checked my photos. I took photos of all the spines of what in my collection, though it is a bit dated now. It turned out I didn't have it, and this is an Ubisoft game. This is Cold Fear. It's I don't know if it's a third-person game, third-person shooter, action adventure maybe. It looks alright actually. I probably will give that a go at some point. But yeah, that's by Ubisoft, Cold Fear. Next we've got, now then, I think this came from Retro Games HQ, is it in Swindon? I wanted to spend more, I really did, but I've pretty much not run out of money, not run out of budget as such, but I was slowing down towards the back end of the trip with spending. This is My Street on the PS2. It's by Idle Minds or something, Idle Games, I don't know. It were only a couple of pound. I think I bought 2 games from him. One was an 8-bit game actually. I'll come to that at some point. Next we've got Dinosaur Adventure. It's a Phoenix title. It's not a dear one. It's certainly not one of the rarer ones. You know, cartoony type thing, interactive cartoon. Next we've got, I thought this was Rugrats, but I don't think it is. It's Rocket Power Beach Bandits. This is by THQ, it's a Nickelodeon game. Obviously from some kind of cartoon series. It looks very Rugrats like. Maybe it's the same animators, the same, you know, same people that did Rugrats. Next we've got Dog's Life. Now I'm pretty sure David Retro Gameplay badly gave me a copy of this. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know if there were a manual in the one that David gave me. But if he did give me one with the manual, then this is unfortunately I would have to Predator Concrete Jungle in one of the shops, and when he looked at it, there were no manual in it. And I said, well, what else is there? £8, and Al says, oh, there's Dog's Life, and I just didn't think. It's only since, you know, getting home and then realising, I'm sure that it's either this or another Dogs game. I'm pretty sure it's this one. But anyway, if that's the case, I've got 2 copies. Naval Ops Warship Gunner. This is a Koei release. Probably a battleships type game. I don't know. That's by Koei. Wow, I couldn't believe it when I realised I'd not got this, because again with the iToy games I thought I'd got them all. I didn't have this. iToy Play Sports. Strangely enough. You know, it's an iToy game. What is there to say about it? Obviously, more aimed at kids. Let's have another drink. You see, I've only just got up. It's about 10. But I've got to kind of switch to night shift mode because I'm doing 4 night shifts from tomorrow night. So I have to stay in bed as late as possible today, so I can stay awake all night tonight and then sleep all day tomorrow. Oh, it's a nightmare. But it is what it is. This one, it looks a naff title, and I've never heard of that label, Ace Tech. But I dare say they're not going to be very good games by them. Be interesting to see how many games there is for this. Possibly a little subset, maybe Ace Tech Maze Action. It looks dreadful. Where did I get this from now? Anyway, this is it's a popular game. It's another one by Koei. This is Disgaea, Hour of Darkness. I know a lot of people like the Disgaea series. Is it an RPG, turn-based strategy? Yeah, it's not my thing, I must admit. But I know the Disgaea series is very popular. Al were always trying to spend me money, and he succeeded on this one. This one, Level Up Games in Canterbury. I do remember this one because it was right next to Cold Fear, which I've just mentioned. And I'm like, oh, you haven't got this, you need this. And I'm like, you know, I think I've got it. I'm sure I've got it. Oh yeah, you know, I don't think you have. I don't know how he knows, but he was right. So I picked it up. This is Rayman 10th anniversary. It contains 3 of the games: Rayman M, Rayman 2 Revolution, Rayman 3 Hoodlum Havoc. So yeah, picked it up. Next we've got, what? How weird is this? Because I've only just realised this is another Ace Tech game. They're probably more popular than you think. This is Basketball Exciting. Street basketball, perhaps. I really don't think that's going to be much cop. I could be wrong. Next we've got a DC game, Warner Brothers game, Justice League Heroes. It's got all your popular superhero favourites: Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman. Some others in back, I don't know who they are. I don't know if this is any good. Justice League Heroes. This one, now then, it's a Metro 3D game. I'm assuming it's a conversion from an Irem co-op, or Irem co-op, arcade, coin-op. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Sub-Rebellion, this. I did start to go for the Metro 3D series subset, but trouble is I always think, you see, it's going to be easy to get, and then you look at certain titles and they're like, you know, 70, 80, 90, £100, you know, kind of thrown me off. This one is a stinker. Not the game's a stinker. This is. I just dropped a bollock. I was looking. I looked at it. I thought, have I got that? It's NBA Live, by the way. 2004. And I was looking. Why? What? I don't know. But I was looking at the wrong part of the alphabetized photos of my ends. And I have already got that. And it's not worth much trade, unfortunately. This one, I don't know the name of the shop because I didn't actually visit it. It was one of the shops that I missed out on in Portsmouth, but Al picked it up for me, texted me and said, do you want this? I think he'd mentioned it earlier in the day anyway. Mr. Mosquito. This probably was the most expensive game on the trip. I can't remember how much it was. But yeah, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. I tell a lie. I know what was. Second most expensive game of the trip. But apparently it's a really good game. You are basically a mosquito, and you have to feed on blood of the humans. But apparently it's quite a good game. Fresh Games. Never heard of them. Next we've got Soul Calibur 3. I think I've got 2 of the series. Whether this finishes it off, I don't know. Soul Calibur 3 by Namco. Then we've got a motorbike racing game, Moto Gp4. Again, I think I own a couple in the series by Namco. Motorbike racing games never really interested me. I can't ride a motorbike in real life. I've no interest in motorbikes. But I have seen footage of a PS5 motorbike game, probably part of that series. It looks really nice. It really does look nice. But again, these motorbikes just don't interest me. This one is Panzer Elite Action Fields of Glory. This one is by Joe Wood or Wizerbox. Anyway, it's obviously a tank battle simulation kind of game. Looks very like Cod Brothers in Arms kind of cover, actually. Quite like it. Still on my PS2, I'll just go straight through the PS2 stuff. I think this was a console yourself purchase when Al came up. International Supercarts, I'm pretty sure it was. I didn't realise I've still got a bit of stickerage side there to get rid of. As I always say, this is by Midas, by the way, all the games are complete. Don't pick any up now that are not complete. Can't remember where this was from. This is Carmen Sandiego. Might have been console yourself release again. Secret of the Stolen Drums. Probably an adventure, point and click, maybe action and adventure. Not sure. Carmen Sandiego. I've heard that name before. Other game, where on earth is Carmen Sandiego? Something like that. I'm thinking of something else. Another Koei release. This is Warriors or Orochi. No idea. Couldn't tell you. Hack and slash maybe. A Namco game, and this is Curious George, a little monkey. I believe this is based on a cartoon. I don't know. It says official movie merchandise, so maybe, yeah, I think it was a movie or a TV series or something. This looks it's a naff cover, in my opinion, and it don't look that good in all honesty. This is Fruit Machine Mania. This is by Liquid Games. I mean, alright, I mean, what can you do with a fruit machine? But even on PS2, sure, we could make them look hyper realistic, nice shiny graphics. We'll open that. Zone of Enders. Can't remember where I got this from. This is by Konami. I'm not even sure what kind of game it is. Is it like a rhythm on the rails shooter or something? Rhythm based on the rails shooter. We have got a snow skis game, SXR, Snowcross Racing. Yeah. We've got Looney Tunes Back in Action. This is by Warner Brothers. I must admit that the Looney Tunes games look a lot of fun. I did once play. I think it was a Looney Tunes game on the Dreamcast, like a racer. Acme Racing, something like that. I don't know. My memory's rubbish. Asterix at the Olympic Games by Atari. Looks alright, looks okay, decent graphics there. Never actually played an Asterix game. Is it on the Master System? Supposed to be a good game, one of the Asterix games. Paul picked this next game up on Xbox, original Xbox. I've got it on the PS2. I've already got Wallace and Gromit, Werewolf, Were-Rabbit, Night of the Were-Rabbit or something. This is Project Zoo. In Project Zoo, Gromit on the front there, doesn't make me laugh. And again, I've never played the Wallace and Gromit games. Love the cartoons, they're fantastic. This is, again, it's by Liquid, so it's another NAF cover, The Arcade. Alright, it's The Arcade, that's really enticing. And look at those iterations of their classic arcade games. Rubbish. They don't even tarted them up at all, they're just basic games. Another Koei release, and this is Operation Winback. FPS maybe? Not sure. Can't see out without my glasses on. I'm not putting my glasses on today. I'm just not. This was the most expensive one. Another one that Al made me buy. But I do remember the shop. Was it the Gamers? Gamers with a Z maybe. I'm sure it was that shop. And he did me a cracking deal. It was, because I got some Commodore 64 games. And he just priced it up, all of it, for the price of this game, which was £70, but it's sealed. This is a sealed copy of Tonelico 2, Melody of Metaphalica. Put some tongue twisters, don't they, these Japanese. NIS America it's by, apparently. Never heard of them. I have heard of the game, Tonelica, because I was going through, I still kind of am, going through my collection of PS2, picking up in alphabetical order, and I do remember seeing Tonelica, the series of them, and thinking, crikey, they're big hitters. And that one is, but it's sealed, so, and like I said, I got the Commodore 64 games basically free. Cracking bloke in that shop. Mobile Suit Gundam Federation versus Zeon. I don't know who or how you pronounce it. I say Zeon. This is Bandai, by Bandai. It's like a mech warrior kind of game in it. I used to have this on the Dreamcast, no longer, but I now have it on the PS2. And it's a lot cheaper on the PS2. I think this was about £4. You're looking at about £90 to £100 on the Dreamcast. It's a rhythm based on the rails shooter kind of thing. I know Paul was asking me what kind of game, well, it's hard to explain. It's by Sega. I've only ever seen it on YouTube, I've never played it. And this one was from Game Nation maybe, one of the first shops we came to. This is Beyond Good and Evil by Ubisoft, and it looks a really good game actually. It looks kind of Uncharted-esque maybe, like action adventure, and if it is, that's my kind of game. I'm not far off now with the PS2. This one is just something I've never played. Sky Surfer. It's just, free falling with a snowboard on your feet. For whatever reason, they find that interesting in real life. I've no idea. It'd never ever get me jumping out of a plane. Never. Not a chance. Not unless it were on fire. No, I don't do dangerous sports like that. Tea's going cold now, I've been waffling on. Just give me a second and we'll crack on with the rest of the PS2. That is 3, 6, there's 8 left. 2 PS5, 2 Master System. I think I'm missing one actually. And then rest Commodore 64 and 1 Spectrum, I think. Right. Oh no, we've got more. I've got more. I've just realised. Next we've got part of the Mortal Kombat series. This is Deception. I think I own the other 2. I think there's only 3 in the series. It's 2. One-on-one fighting game. You know, gory, death moves, finish him. Never been a fan. This one, never heard of before. This is Kia, Dark Lineage. This is by Eden and Atari. I can't make out the blurb. Can't tell you what kind of game it is. Can't see the screenshots without the glasses. This one probably would take me fancy. Because I believe it's going to be a similar game to 18 Wheeler Pro Trucker. I love that game. It's hard as nails. It's funny, we're only about 2 days ago I actually watched a playthrough of 18 Wheeler on the PS2. I do think the PS2 version is slightly inferior to the Dreamcast version. I've actually seen a comparison video and the Dreamcast version is a lot brighter. You know, it looks lighter. For some reason the PS2 looks like it's you know, the lights have been dimmed. I think that's the best way I can describe it. Graphically, you know, they're pretty much exact, but yeah, the Dreamcast version just looks a lot brighter and nicer. This one is King of Route 66, and like I say, it's by Sega, so maybe is this a sequel? Perhaps. Drive it hard, drive it fast. I am assuming this is a sequel. Surely Sega won't just churn out 2 similar looking games. I just realised it maybe. This is another Metro 3D game. This is Smash Cars. I think the clue's in the title. Destruction Derby kind of game, perhaps. But I'll probably never know. Probably never find out. I suppose this is like a dogfighting game. This is Sky Odyssey. This is by Sony. I'm just going off the screenshots at the back with a bit of fire and stuff. One game, and I'm going off on a tangent here, and I don't know why that's reminded me of it. One game that never got converted to home systems. I think mainly because of the style of the arcade game it was. It was called Prop Cycle, and I absolutely loved it. I mean, that came out when I was young enough to be able to pedal and keep my breath. I couldn't do that now. You know, two minutes in, I'd be absolutely lathered in sweat, and I'd be puffing on my inhaler. But yeah, Prop Cycle, I loved it in the arcade, but it never ever made an home conversion. And basically, you're on this flying bike, and you had to pop balloons. But obviously, the arcade machine was basically a cycle. You had to cycle to go faster. The faster you cycled, the faster you went in the game. Oh, it was brilliant, loved it, but just never ever seen it outside of that. Moving on. Now then, it's actually titled World Racing. It even says it on the spine, and that will come under W in my collection. But Paul showed me this app to catalogue my games rather than take photos, because I can put all these games in my thing and then I'm going to have to retake photos of all the shelves, which that is a ball ache. And he showed me this app. I forgot the name of it now. But when I've scanned this, because you scan the barcode, it actually comes up with Mercedes World Racing. And the trouble is, obviously, excuse me, in that app, it is going to come under M. But in my collection, it's W. Regardless, I'll know if I've got it because when I scan it, it'll tell me. I'm assuming that app will tell me I've got it already. Super Farm. It just looks a lot of fun. It looks very obviously cartoony. It's by Asterix and Ignition. But yeah, it looks a lot of fun. I've no idea what you're supposed to do on it. I've never even heard of it. This is the first time I've heard of it. And then last for the PS2, kind of, is... Now then, is it... I can't find it. Oh, it's on that pile. This is Moto Gp4. Namco. That part that's serious. Have I got Moto Gp4? Oh, maybe I only had one of the series or two of the series, whatever. This is Moto Gp4 motorbikes. I remember Repsol. There used to be a Repsol petrol station just over there. Don't see them no more. Repsol used to do points. Used to have a card, and you fill up with petrol, and however much you spent got turned into points, and they had this little catalogue of stuff you could buy. And I think I got something really basic, like I don't know, like an electric pump for tyres, and it cost about 50,000 points. It probably cost me about 300 quid. Yeah, it was ridiculous. It'd have been fine for like businesses who were filling up all the time at no expense to themselves. Sales reps, I mean. I thought I was missing a car. I'm not. I am. Sure I am. Right, I'll go on to... Oh, I'll tell you what. I'll show you the pickups I got from Woolly Weeble. One of the days we met up... Well, I didn't even know he was there. I didn't even know he was going to be there. But he was in... Was it Insanity Games? But yeah, and he had something pretty much for us all. Me, Al, Ross and Paul. Both of his car. And he says, oh, you're still wanting those PS2 things. Oh, I can't even remember what they were. Anyway, when he showed me, obviously it jogged my memory. And I got these off Woolly Weeble. And they're part of the Real Play series. But there's three of these that I've got off Woolly, and I believe there is one more to collect. But these have been fantastic, and well, they've never been opened. They're blister packed. This is the pull one, so obviously you get like a pull cube. It looks like a wireless sensor, maybe a USB sensor. Like I said, I've got 3 of these. They're fantastic. Next we've got Puzzle Sphere. I have no idea what you're supposed to do with that. But yeah, again, he found these in a charity shop or somewhere. I'm like, how the hell do you find stuff like this? Woolly Weeble, Duncan, finds all sorts in charity shops. On the road trip, me, Paul and Al, I mean, we must have visited, dozens of charity shops. We found nothing. But anyway, this has got like a little sphere with buttons on, but I've no idea what it's supposed to do with it. And then lastly, this one looks alright actually, but I'll never get it out. I'll never open these. This one is racing, Real Play Racing, and obviously it's like the little steering wheel. Bet that's quite good actually. Whether the game that it actually comes with is any good, I don't know. I don't know if you can use that on any other racing games either, and whether it's just restricted to this one. But they're going to be fantastic display pieces. Really are. Let's move on to PS5. I only bought 2 throughout the trip. PS2 was the main focus of the trip. I've always said that. But I did have in my head that if I found a couple of PS5 games under, like £20, I would pick them up. I think one of these were 25, and I thought it was pretty decent. This one I think was £20, and this is Yakuza Like a Dragon. The Yakuza series are supposed to be good, and I've heard they're pretty similar to Shenmue, and you know, I'm a massive fan of Shenmue 1 and 2, as pretty much everybody now knows. Not so much of 3. But apparently this is pretty similar. I don't know if it's got like quick time events, and I know you can actually go into the arcades and play arcade games like Shenmue. Yeah, this is by Sega, so it's, you know, was it influenced by Shenmue? I don't know. Next, I think this was 25, and I thought this was a bargain because I have seen it go for a lot dearer on eBay. I've never played it, but I've seen Joe play through it, and this is Resident Evil Village, or Resident Evil 8, is it? Is that VI? Anyway, Resident Evil Village. I don't know if I could get through all that. It looks, some of it looks hard and scary. Right, what shall we finish on? I'll tell you what. Paul fetched me some games, didn't he? A couple of those games are from Paul. I do apologise, Paul, but you know, memory is crap. And he gave me a couple of Master System games. Now these two I do remember buying, and I'm sure Paul gave me 2, and I'm missing one. So whether it's turned up in either yours or Al's, but one of them was Super Tennis. I can't remember what the other one was. Can't remember. But I did buy 2 Master System carts. Again, I were only looking at really cheap games that I didn't have. I wasn't interested in buying any bigots and all like that on the road trip. I think this was £5. This is Operation Wolf. And then we've got, I think both of these were from CEX, actually, one of the CEXs that we went in. And it's a wrestling game, but I can't make out the title. I don't know if anybody can see that. Let me hide. But anyway, it's a wrestling game, and I think this was £5 as well. But they're the only 2 that I bought. The only Spectrum game I bought, and this was in Retro Games HQ, Swindon. Like I say, I only bought, I think it was Street Life or something like that. I had another game actually, but I don't think I could find the manual, so I had to leave it. And I felt awful just buying one. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll take this. And I got this because I do remember the game. It's very Manic Miner-esque. This Technician Ted. It's by Hewson Consultants. You know, it's like I said, it's basically Manic Miner, another variant of Manic Miner. Yeah, Spectrum wise, there were more Spectrum games to buy than Commodore games on the road trip actually. But Commodore is my primary 8-bit system that I collect for. I could have gone mad on Spectrum game, I really could, but you know, I wanted to limit myself. You've still got a budget to work to, regardless. In the shop, Gamers, he did me Art on Alico 2. He priced that at £70, but when I took some Commodore games to pay for those as well, he just, you know, just £70. So I got these free, and Epix did a lot of these kind of games. This is winter games, joystick waggling, button bashing kind of games. Although some of them, you know, based on a little bit more on skill. The instruction leaflet is in there. Very happy with that, good condition. So I've got that free. I also got this free, Summer Games 2, another Epix release. I ideally I want to collect all of these in the game series. Can't remember if I've got some already. Again, we've got the instruction manual. Again, in very good condition. Double-sized cassette box. And then I noticed 2 alternative software games that I don't own. The first one is Postman Pat. I do believe this is in the wrong case. I think it should be in a clear case, but it's not a problem. I'm pretty sure I've got to swap out Postman Pat and then Postman Pat 2. So those 4 Commodore 64 games I got for free. I got those 2 obviously because part of the alternative software subset that I'm collecting for. And then probably the best bargain of the trip, and I remember Bill Betty Ord Clinic mentioning in the WhatsApp group about, I don't know if it was Last Ninja 2 or Last Ninja 3 on the Commodore 64 being sold at like £300 or whatever, and I'm like, crikey, that's a lot of money. And I stumbled across this. I can't remember the name of the shop because it had more pops and figurines than actual games, but they had this, The Last Ninja, by System 3. Now, Last Ninja when it came out was an absolute revelation. The graphics are fantastic at the time. Don't forget, at the time. And he wanted £20 for this. £20. I was straight on eBay. I know it's quite a taboo thing to do, to be checking game prices in shop, but I couldn't help myself, and I showed Al, and there were only 1 copy on eBay of The Last Ninja on the Commodore 64, and that was going for, I think it was £70–80. I was like, £20, I'm having that. You know, it is complete. It's in fantastic condition. Very happy with that. And then I got one last pickup. Al is absolutely mad. He was jiggling it, and I could hear him saying, Sean, buy me. Look at Al, he's wiggling this around. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. It's crashed with the Aku Aku mask on. I thought it was fantastic. I've already got Crash Plush with just his normal face, but I says, oh mate, I says, I've got to have that. It were only £13. It were in the, I forget the name of it, it was the one in Western Supermare, the big shop with all the horror characters and film characters and stuff in it as well. But yeah, that's fantastic. Crash Bandicoot Plush, it'll go nicely with me Crash collection, and that's it. That is it. And Lorraine will be happy because now I can ship them off to my lockup. they've been sat on floor next to the TV cabinet since we got back. I've sanitised them all. Dylan Craven laughs at me. I can't help it. I don't know where they've been. They're hacky, aren't they? I wipe them all. You know, where is it? With these. Wipe them all down. Give them a good clean. De-sticker them, and they're all good to go into my lockup. All the PS2 will go into those plastic sleeves, protective plastic sleeves. I know in the last TMB podcast we were on about preservation. In a way, that's kind of how I'm preserving my PS2 collection. I know plastic's quite hardy anyway, but I'm forever shuffling them around. Obviously, when I get new games, I'm having to move stuff across. It just saves the bottom scraping over time. It protects my cabinets more than anything. Putting them in the plastic sleeves. But yeah, they're going to the lockup today. I'm going to spend some time at my lockup, I think. I've still got my arcade cabinet to paint. I'm still priming it. So yeah, that's it, and that is the pickups from the road trip. please check out Inked Northerner, Paul of Inked Northerner, and Big Game Al. They've done, you know, vlogs of the trip as well, shown their wares off. It was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. And there is another one in the pipeline next year. We hope it'll be bigger. Can't really say better, because you know, the road trip we went on was good. Equally as good, I should say. Hopefully there'll be more of us. Maybe meet up with more people. You don't have to come for the full trip, but we'll release locations and dates, and if you're available, come join us. Even if it's just to come say hi, it's all that matters. But yeah, we're not sure where it's going to be. I know toying with two road trips, the Midlands or the Northern. I'm just leaving them guys to it. I think there's Eddie, Paul, and Al organising. I'm rubbish at organising stuff, so I'm just leaving them to it. And I says, wherever you go, I'll go. Anyway, that's next year. Details will be widely available if you want to join us. Anyway, that's it for now, and thank you for watching. I reckon I've rambled on for a good half hour, probably more now. But until the next video, I believe it should be the community news coming up in a couple of weeks. Until then, thank you for watching, and see you later.